Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I want to talk about 529 education accounts, or really whether is it worth it, right? So 529 college education account is an account that you can create for your kids or even for yourself for pursuit of higher education. It's kind of similar to Roth IRA. Only difference is that it's exclusive to education costs, like college education costs. I believe maybe even private schools too, if they're K through 12 academy, something like that. But it is for education purposes. And the reason it's like a Roth is because the money that grows in it is tax free. So there is a lot of benefits to it. But the thing I really want to talk about today is like, is there alternatives? Like, if I were to start over, if I was 16 again, like, what would I be doing for myself to ensure that cost of education is as affordable as possible? And no, I'd actually avoid the college 529 account. And here's why. One, there's already a lot of other accounts. I feel like my money can grow a lot faster using other accounts, whether that be with crypto, real estate, stocks, or other investment opportunities I'm part of. But really, I think part of another reason is it's very specific to education. Like, what if you don't really max it out? What if I choose to not go to college? Or what if my kids don't want to go to college? Or what if there's a lot of what ifs in the process, and I feel like a lot of money can go to waste in that process. There is a university out there that's tuition free and accredited. It's called University of the People. That's yopeople.edu. They did not pay me to advertise this, but I do think that's a very viable option though. And they do have candidacy for WASP accreditation, which there's like a 5-year wait period. It sounds like me observing their website. They do have DEAC accreditation, which is national accreditation. But really, I think that it would be wise for, future generations to just give them the time, and we'll see if they do get granted that regional accreditation. But I do think that's a very smart option. If I were to start over at 16, I would totally get my GED and then go through Yo People and get my bachelor's degree under $5,000. They have what's called assessment fees. And so basically that's the upkeep. That's really all you're paying for is those assessment fees. And when you ultimately finish a degree, it's like under $5,000. And I would actually argue to say I would actually do CLEP exams or, take college classes while in high school on top of doing Yo People. That way I can have a bachelor's degree by, maybe before I'm 20, and without paying having any student loans or anything like that. And then what I would do afterwards is do those boot camps things for like coding boot camps or data science boot camps. I would do something very short term that gives me tangible skills on top of having that degree, because a degree just gets your foot in the door, makes you eligible for jobs. I think having a well-rounded, real life applicable skill sets in very short amount of time is very smart investment, and not to mention is very affordable also. So if I were to start over, that's what I would actually do, and I would actually recommend my kids do that too, because really you're spending less than $10,000 in total on your whole education. You can do a bachelor's and master's degree on top of one of those boot camp sort of deals, and get a really high paying job all by age 21 if you wanted to. I did someone for myself, I got my bachelor's at 19, did my master's, finished my master's at 21, PhD by 24. And for me, is through private school and me working full time in the process in order for the university to pay for my tuition. So that's an option too. But if I were to start over, I think that I would definitely go with the other option where I don't have to spend as much money, because my working full time, it didn't pay for all the money. Okay, eventually my salary, it's part of it too, right? I didn't get to keep my whole salary because a lot of it went to the tuition as well. So yeah, I know the whole video is supposed to talk about 529 accounts, but really these alternatives would be my suggestion as a smarter path to making the most bang for your buck, time, money, energy on your education goals. Of course, if you are interested, for someone who's 16, they want to, get on with their education ASAP, I would recommend the GED. And if you feel like you're missing out on the community, the friendships, and the experiences of being a high schooler, I say, if you really wanted to, you can still, you can still have the GED in your hand, because you need to be at least 16 to enroll at University of the People. And maybe do both. But I feel like that's so much unnecessary work, especially if you already have a GED. I would actually, just find community organizations, volunteering opportunities, still get that social experience that you're after through other means outside of a high school setting, because I feel like you can get way more ahead and make a lot more money and retire significantly earlier if you just follow these steps.